And we're back after a power outage.
Nice.
After
Never a dull moment on the Pikey Mountain.
Fried itself.
Do what?
After the Chihuahua fried itself, trying
No.
to
Maybe.
get to you.
Maybe. I believe he's a Twitch listener, is what they decided while I was gone, and that
Yep.
he had hacked the power grid.
Yep.
I believe.
I thought it was just because we're at the top of the mountain and it's so difficult to move the electrons all the way up the hill.
Up the hill, yeah.
Do you,
That's how it works.
how much extra do you have to pay to the electric company for the I don't even know what that's called. Is it PSI?
No, there's
ESI?
there's a transformer on top of the hill,
Oh.
and they pump up the electricity during the night, and then it stores in the transformer, and then it just trickles down during the day.
Trickle down.
So it's like a water silo.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
But it just holds
yeah.
electrons.
It's exactly like a water tower.
Alright.
And plus, that way you don't get those weird cycles from like the electric pumping. That way, it's all gravity fed, and so your pressure is all
Just
even.
Flip the switch and
Yeah.
steady flow. Somebody must have bumped into the switch in the house, and that's what caused the flicker.
No, it was the house was out too apparently,
That's what I mean.
and I knew it as soon as I opened the door because I could see Alexa on the counter,
dying.
and it was doing the circle, 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 circle. And I was like, oh,
It's its Mayday signal.
so I knew the power in there had went out,
I thought we were talking about me playing Tekken for a second.
and then I said,
Circle, 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 circle.
and then I walked in, saw that, and said, God damn it, the power went out, and turned around, walked out, and Amy said, what's wrong? And I was like, I have no idea what could possibly be fucking wrong with the power going out in the 11 o'clock hour on a Sunday morning.
You didn't say I don't know. Did you bump the switch?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
But we're back.
yes.
We had
For now.
we had to hand crank some electrons up the hill, but
I know. I'm exhausted.
we got to run it again.
I had to run an ox cart with a transformer on it and then hook it on up here.
We got Avery out in the fucking driveway on the treadmill, pumping electricity in here.
That's what all the cats are for.
Yeah, those cats they do what they want.
I thought those
That's
were all
for
like
sure.
Avery's cats. Why didn't you make him
Were.
take him
Yeah.
or kill them or something?
Well, those are two. Those are two opposite ends of the suggestion. You know what you should do.
Okay, Brian wasn't here today, Bruce.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fill in.
I like how your option is, Avery, you take these cats or I'm going to kill them.
What the fuck?
Like, there's several other things. Like, I'm going to give them away. I'm going to find them a new home. I'm going to take them to the pound.
No, those are all shades of gray.
Those take too long.
I'm going to
Yeah,
put some
it's-
food on someone else's
Gonna
porch for
fix
him.
this problem one way or the other.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, he's having trouble getting rid of a chihuahua. I don't think he can get rid of these 4 cats.
These cats are all assholes. Every one of them.
Born and raised on Pikey Mountain, buddy.
Every one of them.
Trained by Avery personally.
Yeah.
They are not okay with the new food situation because we used to just keep the food out there until we had the raccoon problem. Then we started bringing the food in and only feed them twice a day.
Did y'all ever decide what killed the chickens? Was it the raccoons?
No, it wasn't the
it's a dog.
raccoons.
It was a dog.
We never figured out which dog.
Yeah.
So it is now to the point where when you open the door, they know the food's in the house.
Okay.
They can see it.
So guess where they want to go?
So they're all trying to get in there. And then they're yelling at you for not letting them in.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you missed it today when I went in earlier to get some of our drinkages. I closed and locked the door, and the glass door was closing, and Rambo decided he was going to get himself stuck between the two. When that door touched him, he jumped and almost knocked over Calvin's little plastic fake tool shed and scared every cat. I turned around, and that thing was wiggling, and every cat was staring at it like it was a monster. It was kind of hilarious.
If he got locked in there, I'd have left him in there for like an hour to teach him a lesson on it.
My problem is that somebody would have come out of the house, and then he would have been stuck in.
Oh, yeah, that would happen.
So that was kind of the big deal there.
You would have never got him back out of there.
No, he would have crawled under into
These
a hole.
motherfuckers got air conditioning.
And look at the food.
Yeah.
So much more stuff to break in here.
They got air conditioning in a
pat, pat,
house.
pat.
I ain't even got
Right.
a tail. He's one of the ones without the tail.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for
explaining
clearing
that.
that sentence up.
Well,
I get the joke now. That's a good one.
2 of them were born without tails.
Yeah.
The listeners
was
don't
he
know
one of
that.
them?
Yeah, he was one of them.
He was, yeah.
Thank you for asking that question, Bruce.
That's how you can tell him from the other cat that looks just like him.
Because she has a tail. Both the boys do not.
Yeah. I don't know. Some kind of cat. I don't
It's
know.
cat, man.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about cats.
Man, dude.
No.
I don't know, but I feel like clipping that out and putting that in somewhere random.
Did we save?
Say what? Nothing. No. We've not.
Did
saved
we
anything
start
yet.
that again?
No.
Yeah. Well, not from the beginning.
Oh,
hit
we've only
the-
been recording 28 minutes total.
Well,
That's about right.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we
Okay.
started at 11:10, and we filibustered for like
Feels like I've
10
been here for
minutes, and then we
days.
started it up.
Yeah.
feels like it's been days. All we had was the Chihuahua story.
Yeah.
And then a
That's
power
literally
outage.
all the content, and then the power outage. So we were gone like 20 minutes on that. What do you want from me?
I don't know.
It's just
It
making
is
sure
what
that
it
we.
is.
Yeah.
It must have been the cat talk.
Short crew. That took you a while. You're not a big fan of the cats, huh?
No.
Why don't you like the cats, Bruce?
Because they're assholes. And they
But
know
so
they're
are you.
assholes.
But so are you.
Yeah, but I'm a human.
so
It's got to be slightly higher than cat.
that's humanist.
Not according to the Egyptians.
It's very true.
The ancient Egyptians,
Egyptians.
they're all dead.
Could you please verify whether or not you were a sleepwalker?
Current Egyptians.
I feel like maybe
We have
you're
still worship
have,
cats.
have you been to Egypt lately?
No.
Then you don't know.
You're right.
Didn't Trump?
It could be all
say-
cats over there.
That's what I mean. Cat people.
When Trump got there, didn't he say something about where's my favorite dictator? Like out loud in a room this week
I
or
think
something?
so. I'm not surprised. You could say, didn't Trump say, and I'll just say yes.
Unless it actually sounds reasonable.
At this point, I think he's got a strategy of doing so much crazy shit, nobody believes any crazy shit. Like, if he does all the crazy... Like, come on, man,
I think
that's
he's
fake.
just learning a little bit more from Putin as each day passes. Like the my favorite dictator thing, that's totally a thing he would have said.
Probably.
He probably gave him that line. Every day
Yeah,
he
but
just
Putin
does
does it while he's
little
riding a fucking
crazier
bear.
shit.
I saw a flag today.
No.
Where is that flag, by the way?
I saw a flag today that was a lot like this, except Trump was riding a tank in full suit.
Oh, God.
And the tank said Trump all over it.
Was it Rambo style?
No.
Is this your new blanket, Ryan?
That's a very good flag.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it, though? I like how you're looking at it backwards.
It works.
Turn it around. The other side's the
How
side
is-
you're supposed to look at.
It doesn't matter. It's see-through. I can see the exact same image. Just mine can put together what it would look like the other way around.
You know, all the words are backwards, though.
I'm not reading the words.
Especially
I'm
in
looking at
our
the
job.
pictures.
Our brain is really good at
Yeah, that's
flipping
true.
letters.
Yeah, that's true. Donald Trump. Anyway, Avery has a Donald Trump Lego figure that he had got somewhere.
Wrong kid.
You're right, Calvin.
The fact is that we believe that story either way.
Right. Yeah, neither of us said anything.
Yeah.
He should just be glad that it's
I was
like
gonna be like, what does he do with it?
that it wasn't. I didn't call him Oreo.
Yeah.
So
No, he runs around with it screaming China.
yeah, no, like when he first got it a couple years ago, he'd be like China wall, China, China, China.
I
That's
mean,
what
that's
he
that's
did.
pretty
Yeah.
accurate.
It's a good Trump impersonation.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. And he knew I didn't like it, so he'd always come up to me and be like,
Mm,
I'm Donald Trump.
that's why he did
China,
it then.
wall, China.
Pretty much, that's what he did.
You gotta get your kids some
And
better
then
toys.
He would run away with it and run back and do it again like it had never happened.
Shh.
Yeah.
Dare I ask how he came by that? Like, how did that appear in your house?
There's a guy at the big flea market we talked about last week, the
So
one that
those
only happens
mini
like once a
fig
quarter.
things.
But he makes like custom ones.
Hmm,
So
that's
like
cool. So you
Yeah.
put
Yeah,
Trump?
I'd like to place a
He
Trump
did.
order.
he did because I was like, oh Jesus, it's Donald fucking Trump. And then like he knew immediately it annoyed me.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It's
like-
I
'cause
would
it's
have.
like-
I would have bought it too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like 6 for $20, so I'm like, you can get 6, and he's like, and Donald Trump.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so
That's how that
So he
one
bought it
happened.
for the sole purpose of annoying you.
me. Yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fair.
That
then.
makes total sense.
yeah. No, he wasn't like, oh yay, Trump. He was like, oh, Dad's annoyed by this one. I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Does he know why
Can I
Dad's
have
annoyed by it?
Can I have 6 of
I think
these?
so.
Yeah.
Can I have 6 Trumps? I'll just
Can I build a wall
hide them
of
around the
Trump
house.
figures?
Well, no, his highest point was he built a Lego wall and put Trump on a little stand in front of it.
He
like,
did.
That was the highest point for him. Was wall China. Yeah, no, he's a little shit.
It's okay. Now he's rearranging all the minifigures to make all of the Cloud9 associates.
Yeah.
So
That's better.
he found a
in the
wheelchair
right
to
direction.
make Garrett, and he's
He's
going
like-
towards that now.
He's a Superstore super fan, dude.
Oh,
Like he's
yes.
got a desk built.
Out of a cardboard box and has like a
Yeah.
nameplate says the boss.
I got on Etsy last week and got to looking for Cloud9 vest and name tags so I could get them for him because
Oh no.
I've realized that we have a label maker, and I still have a bunch of my magnetic labels from Michaels.
nice.
I'm just gonna cover that up with Cloud9.
so yeah, no, he's the Superstore fan. He can tell you what episode what happens in.
Yeah. One
No.
will randomly on. He'll be like, "Oh, is this one?" And he'll say like the full name of the episode. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice.
Well, this happens in this one, right? Yeah. Then it's this episode.
How old's
Okay.
Calvin now?
8, 9 next year.
You have to appreciate the odd obsession phase.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, and especially this day and age where kids are more apt to just play video games for 12 hours a day rather than play pretend Trump or play pretend Superstore. I mean, it's
He
cool.
likes a good mix of them all.
He doesn't play video games that much.
That's what's
Like
that's what's weird. It's
He
different.
says he does, and he'll watch.
Well, he's-
he watches more videos on video games than playing video games. Like he just doesn't play that much in the
That's
video
why I
games.
think it's a good mix of them all. He's got all imaginative things. On occasions, he'll play some video games. He'll
Oh,
watch
that's what it was.
some, and
I
then he'll
remember
do
what I wanted
everything
to bring up.
else.
So this week he went somewhere with my mom, and he got a bracelet making kit.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Obviously meant for a girl. Like it is the girliest shit
lots of
I've ever
pinks
seen.
and purples.
Okay.
It is a girl's bracelet making kit. So he's
Mine
making.
says secret BFF with a winky face.
So
At least he's good at it.
he's been running around with.
Bracelet sounds awesome.
He's been running around with this
Ryan's
fucking
jealous.
I am slightly.
like
It does
huge
have my name too.
bowl of like beads and.
Does he have an Etsy shop?
Charm.
Can I order something
I
from
don't
your son?
No, but I'm sure if I put an order in today,
Is he making
that he will
minifigs
have
yet?
it for
Yeah.
you.
So I see it and I'm like, dude, this is kind of girly, ain't it? And he's like, it's friendship bracelets. I'll make you one. I was like, no.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, you can have one.
I was like, no. I don't wear bracelets, dude. Don't do it.
And he
Ankle
said,
bracelet.
okay.
I want a cricket machine
Remember,
for Christmas.
He did say okay
I'm actually
about
getting
that.
my wife
you
one
know
of
why
those,
he
so-
changed his mind and said you were getting one? Because I can't wear a bracelet at work because it gets
Oh.
ruined. And I told him, but I can't wear it. But because he really wanted to make me one, so I said, just make me one, and I will hang it somewhere in my room so I can always see it. Which then the next day he was making Dad one. Said, no, you don't have to wear it. You can just hang it somewhere in your room. Jazz is doing that.
So he waited so long to make mine, he ran out of A's for my name, so he spelled my name with an upside down V. So I'm like, all right,
New gamer tag.
whatever.
I would have just done a dash.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
J, son.
No, then he looks like he's from Jersey Shore.
Then people will just call him Jade Ashen.
Ooh, J-Dash.
Spell it like Josh
Jay
spelled it
Dash
that
now.
one time.
Because the dash don't be silent.
Yeah.
Right?
Josh spelled my name one time, Jaysun,
I remember that.
and put it on an envelope and left it on the desk in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's why he decided you got one still, because I can't wear one.
But talking about an Etsy store, you know those things, those perler bead things, like
Mm-hmm.
they used to sell it like the one place, and he like makes those all the time without a pattern. Like he'll
Okay.
decide he wants to make one, and he'll sit down and he'll fucking make it. And then he doesn't even really follow the pattern when he does use the pattern. He just looks at it and then puts
uses
them down.
the pictures kind of a guideline.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
He made a Mogwai the other day.
He made a gizmo this week that's like fucking flawless.
I like the gizmo. I want one.
Sounds like you got a pretty creative kid there, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in costume like half the week
It's true.
too. He's already got his Halloween costume, and it's all I can do to keep him out of it every fucking day.
Maybe you really should get him a cricket machine for Christmas. Like, I know several women who make a living off stuff they make off that machine.
If you get him a cricket machine, you're teaching him how to use it.
Why can't you?
Because
He
I can't
would
teach my mom how to
teach
use it.
himself how to use
Well,
it.
to be fair,
probably
teaching your
would,
mom
yeah.
and teaching an 8-year-old is different these days. Kids pick up on shit pretty
I
quickly.
was gonna say, like, y'all
But
know,
the problem is
he'd be
I
able to
could've
figure it
picked
out
up some of
faster
the
than
stuff
either of
with
you
Mom.
would.
That's true.
Have him teach you all.
That's true. The
All
vinyl
right,
cost.
son. In 1 week, I'm gonna come back and you're gonna show me how to use
Well,
this.
you know what's gonna happen is your YouTube is just gonna be full of fucking cricket tutorials, and that's how he's gonna learn.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's his YouTube. He has his own YouTube
Oh,
account.
okay.
I
Well,
don't want him on
technically he
mine.
doesn't. He's on your wife's.
Well, that's fine.
So
I don't care
she
as long as
would
it's not
have all
mine.
the YouTube videos
Oh no,
on
my
her
YouTube's
account.
atrocious with both my kids using it.
No, but yeah, maybe he wants an electronic set with like the snap circuits.
a 3D printer would be cool.
That's what I'm
too.
getting. I'm getting myself one of
that'd be a
those.
good
Because I've seen some of those for under $100 now. I mean, they're
What are you getting yourself
tiny,
a
but
3D printer for?
right.
Why not?
I was actually thinking for him one of the
What do you-
3D
what does he
doodler
do?
pens.
The one I was looking at was probably around
He's gonna start
500.
printing
Though.
his own pop figures.
Every game I look at on Steam, he already owns.
No.
Let me go check
No.
out Ryan's review on this.
That was before my account got hacked by Russians. I had a lot more.
They deleted your games
No, they-
from your account?
No, I
'Cause you
couldn't
can't
get my
do
account
that.
back. I had to start a new account over.
How come you couldn't get it back?
Okay.
Tried it. It just I couldn't. At the time, this was like 8 years ago. Steam wasn't. I don't know, customer service or something. I tried and I couldn't get it back. So I just said, fuck it. I'll make a new account and start over.
I don't know what I would do.
I would never use Steam again. I'd just be out.
My,
Like if I couldn't
my
get it
Steam
back,
account
I'm
is
just
my
out.
best friend.
I don't. I mean, I can
also
see why. but
Literally the thing I've invested more money in my life than
Has your
anything
new
else.
account been hacked
Except
by Russians too?
cars,
Is this why you want a
I guess.
3D printer now?
No, that has nothing to do. Well, I'm getting my wife the Cricut, and I wanted to get a 3D printer
How
to put
much is
down
a
there.
Cricut machine?
They have several different.
Yeah, they have a
kinds.
bunch. You can get a $2,000 one. You can get one for $150. You can get one for $500.
Yeah.
So there's
the,
all
the
levels of
cheapest
grade.
ones, if you find a decent sale or something, you can get
get
one
it
for about $150.
Yeah.
What
But
will
you
it
gotta wait
print?
for a good sale. Just about everything that all of them
I mean,
do.
it's sizes too. I mean, you
Um,
get the bigger ones that'll
I don't
make
really
bigger
know much
stuff,
about
but
'em.
It also depends on
Billy has
the
one.
really,
the
really
pupper.
old ones you don't want because they take cartridges. You
Yeah.
want the ones that have the online patterns rust. You have to buy each separate cartridge for each
You can't make
font
your own
and
pattern?
each thing. Somehow you can. I just haven't quite figured that
Yeah, there's
part out
programs
yet.
that you can do that in, but
Yeah, programs and apps and stuff.
I mean, why don't we make Eldorado Studio like stickers with that thing to stick on windows?
well, you wouldn't use that for the 3D printer. You'd
It'd
use
be-
it for
it'd
the.
I know the
it-
3D printer. I'm
the
talking
Cricut.
Cricut machine.
You
it'd
can.
be-
Like I said, I can do that. I'm gonna get my wife one for.
If you can do
Pretty
that,
expensive, but
the fuck don't we have them already?
I don't have the Cricut.
You said you can do it.
he can
once
do
I
it. He
buy-
just hasn't gotten all of the materials.
he's
yet.
saying you can do it on the machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which he hasn't bought for his wife yet.
Let me
'cause
explain
it's
this to
not
Pepaw. It's not.
Christmas.
Brian will just have you making boat stickers.
Yeah, I know
all
he will.
day. His vinyl cost
Salt
is going to be
life,
quite
salt
high.
It's all right.
Salt
$10,
life.
$20 a sticker. It's fine.
Wow.
Yes.
Is that how much the vinyl cost?
No, that's how much I'm gonna charge Brian
Oh.
for shit for his boat.
Yeah, that's how much the vinyl costs for Brian.
So what are you going to
Everyone's
do
got a
with
different vinyl cost.
What are you going to do with a 3D printer?
Whatever the fuck I want.
Like
he
what? Give
doesn't
me
know.
one example.
I don't know.
Same thing he's
maybe
gonna do with all the
make
other shit he buys.
Card boxes for my magic cards. I don't know.
I don't think that'll work that well.
Why wouldn't it?
I just don't think it
It's
would.
a 3D printer. You can make
Literally
anything you want.
So is it going to be like a two-piece box?
Yeah. Custom.
I mean,
Do you remember?
I don't know
years
what
and
you're
like it
Well,
doesn't sound
look.
like a good idea, but
No,
I
it
can't.
doesn't.
I'm not gonna tell him he can't make it.
But I'm not specifically for that.
Look,
but
look.
It
Linda,
seems like a
Linda,
fun.
Listen.
Nope.
Listen. You don't have to have a reason to want something. I bought a $150 laser.
That's what
and
I'm
if
getting
you were
at.
to ask me, what are you going to do with it? I would have shrugged my shoulders and said, I don't know. It's cool.
That's what I said. And then
You can
that
say
wasn't a
that.
good enough answer for
Laser
you.
was $200 last week.
No, it was
That was
150.
$150.
There was a $200
Yeah. He didn't
one
get
and
that
some
one.
Up,
How did
upwards
you?
250
How did you
ones.
not upsell yourself like at movie theaters? It's only a quarter more. I'll get the large. Why didn't you
know.
go with
Like,
the 200?
I went double the power for $75 more, and I could have doubled the power
Exactly.
again for $50.
So how did you not talk yourself into that?
I didn't have $200
Oh,
only.
okay. Just wasn't physically possible to get it.
And I wasn't going to pay the $8 ATM fee at the flea market, so
Oh, at that point, you're already 200 in. What's 8?
that's a point of principle.
It's
sir.
weird how if he had had the 50 on him,
I
he
know.
would have been
Probably
able to
would've done it.
justify doing it.
Probably would've
no
done it.
problem. But that $8, that's not going to the laser. That's
That's
going to
true.
the bank,
That's
and
going-
fuck those guys.
The bank and whoever owns that ATM, those greedy fucks, they can fuck off. Because it's $8
Is
for
it
them.
really $8?
It's $8
Jesus
for them.
Fuck.
And then my bank charges
He was
$4.
joking. Oh,
So it'd been a total of $12, really,
Nah.
guys.
Nah.
Fuck off. I would have had to sell like a fucking stock in Ford or something to cover that. Fuck them. Oh, dude, I'm up to like $300.
And Ford stock?
No,
Just
and
in
all
stocks.
stock. I've made $25 in the past 6 months. Like more than what I put in. That's not counting dividends, which is another like 10 or 15.
$25 in 6 months is a pretty low return, Jason.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound worth the effort.
There's not really much effort.
A low return?
He clicks a button.
In 6 months, though, do the math. It's less than a penny a day.
I started out with $20. Every paycheck I had $20.
Yeah, but you could be spending that on video games.
On what video games, dude? I play the same shit. It's like The Office, man. I play the same shit on fucking repeat.
I don't know. I just feel like it could
I'm
go.
playing No Man's Sky for the 4th fucking time.
I mean, nobody's twisting your arm.
What's this, new update? All right, let's see how bad it sucks now. This time it's good. They finally got it.
They finally got it.
I've heard that like a dozen
I know.
times now, and I'm not falling for
So
it
you
this
remember
time
how
either.
like when you used to start No Man's
pick in
Sky?
the middle cup?
Like,
No, I don't, Jason.
I do.
I've never spent a penny
you
on that
never played it?
game. No.
Oh, you should.
It's a time waster. You'll put 1,000 hours in that fucking game.
Not only that, it come with a free PlayStation
What
VR
is-
update.
What is the point of the game? I thought it was just like a
It's exploration. Space exploration.
Minecraft, but
No.
in space, not Minecraft, but just a.
It can be Minecraft.
There's nothing to do.
If that's what you want to do.
No, that's not what I want to do.
No, what I'm
I want
saying
to
is
play a video game
if-
with a
if-
story and characters and
There's a little bit of that.
leveling and
So it used
gear
to be.
and
You remember Subnautica?
fights.
You
Yes.
played
Yes.
Subnautica.
Yes.
It
That-
used to
that
be
was
like
good.
it used to be like Subnautica, except the worlds are fucking 30 times huger. You can leave this planet, go to another planet. There's hundreds of different planets.
More than that, but yeah,
There's
he's got the
pirates
right
in the
point.
middle of space.
Yeah, but some of those planets are just copies of other planets.
Okay,
it's
but-
technically a different planet, but it's the same fucking planet.
In Subnautica, you crash landed on this alien planet, and
Yes.
there's this cool theme
So-
of aliens, and you're trying to figure this shit
So
out
all
when you're
that
going
shit-
through the caves.
All that shit was in No Man's Sky, but it was so hard for you to find the clues to get the story rolling that people didn't do it. They couldn't figure out like where am I supposed to? What's happening? What's going
It's because
on?
you had to like solve a language. You had to find pieces of a
You still
hidden
have
language.
to like
That part was
interpret
cool.
the language, and that part is cool. But like the steps for the story missions, which there's 3 main storylines that you follow, because you don't have any idea who you are or what's going on, but that's the story. Those steps are now much clearer. It's like now you need to go do this on that planet, and then you can track your way to that planet to move the story along. Where used to you had to just kind of stumble across it or figure it out on your own. Now it holds your hand a little bit more and says you need to do this now and you need to do that now.
Speaking of that type of game, I bought The Forest this week.
I have it.
I-
Fuck that game. Fuck that.
I
game.
have it.
I have not played it yet.
You haven't played it yet?
I
I
downloaded
still
it.
have not gotten to play that.
It's a fun game.
But I
It's a
bought
little
that,
while weird.
I bought
but
that at the same
it's not.
time.
yeah, it is.
I bought that at the same time I bought Blasphemous, and
Okay.
Blasphemous seemed cooler, so I started.
Well, it
buying
was
first.
yeah. It's easier to jump into.
I bought that game
Anyway.
on his recommendation.
That's some kind of survival. I thought you
played it.
recommended that game.
No, I bought it on his recommendation.
And he refused to play it with me.
It's a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
From what I heard was a lot of cursing at the computer screen.
What
a
are
lot
we?
of
What are we
restarting
talking about?
when he played it.
Okay.
And then him saying, this is a game you have to play with other people to be able to fucking do anything. And that was the last time I think he played it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, if you accept my invites, you'd have friends to play with.
I don't want to play games with you.
I don't know.
Is that true? You have to play it with somebody?
You don't have to. You can play it solo, but it's brutal.
Fuck.
Not accomplish anything. You can't.
Sorry, Bruce.
I don't even like. You can't even figure out what the point of that game is. And
He's
it's
not
like
wrong
fucking
there.
Just weird and creepy.
You go around collecting shit, and you're trying to. There is a story to it. Like once you get to a certain point, you find like this underground facility that's been testing on humans.
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
it's like No Man's Sky used to be. It's like good luck finding the story. It's there
yeah,
somewhere.
it's difficult. It's not easily
The
laid out
Subnautica
for
was
you.
a little bit like that too. It just
It
gave
was.
you vague areas where stuff
But
was.
it sent you in the direction. Neither one of these games used to do that. It was like, you'll find it when you find it.
Is this
That's
that
the
game?
forest.
It's
Yeah.
the forest.
What are those things?
It's a
Those are the
creature.
experiments.
I didn't
Oh.
see. I never made it to find out they were experienced. I just thought they was a crazy culty island.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, that big walking thing is
Creepy.
not a person.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's
Just legs. Those are
there's a
human like
high-
legs and arms and shit.
There's
all
a
melded
high
together.
creepiness factor to it, like no doubt.
It looked creepy watching him play.
Like it's creepy. But
Is it,
you know,
is it like if you die, you're dead and you have to start over, or
I mean, you go back to
a previous save.
yeah, checkpoint basically.
okay? I'll check it out.
Have you
this
checked out Outer Wilds?
No,
It's
it's
a
on Game Pass.
yeah, it's a
I haven't
space
downloaded it.
exploration. It's pretty neat. It's got a nice story to it. It's
I told you I'm playing No Man's Sky.
let's
right
stop
now.
fucking playing No Man's Sky.
For the fourth
Go play
time.
Outer Wilds.
Believe it or not, in the past week, I've made it farther than I did any of the other 4 times I played it for much longer.
That is true.
Wait, you start a new game every time?
Well, yeah, because I want to. Because otherwise, I don't get the.
Well, no wonder you don't get anywhere.
Otherwise, I don't get the new shit.
Bill Murray and Groundhog's Day over here.
Right.
But it's a free PlayStation VR update, and that's pretty fucking sweet. How it just like you can go back and forth. Like if you just feel like playing in VR, you can play in VR.
That is true. That is.
If you don't feel like playing in VR, you just fucking restart the game without the helmet on.
It was like when they added the third person or the first person view to GTA 5 like 2 years after it
I'm
came
still
out.
not used to that. It
Yeah.
feels
Nah, I
weird.
can't play like
Yeah,
that. No.
I didn't. I watched a few videos. I was like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
very
like it.
weird. It's like watching a game that's 10 years older. Like it doesn't look like it should.
Yeah.
You know.
I can tell you one thing No Man's Sky did that was good though is it used to let you select first or third person, and I always selected first.
Mm-hmm.
And now it forces third person, and if you really want first person, you have to go deep into the settings to find it. And I was like, oh, this game is so much better in fucking third person. Never
Is it?
mind. Fuck yes.
Mm.
Fuck yes. Like all of the janky shit where you're like, I'm aiming at that rock and not hitting that rock is gone in third person.
I might have to go back and play it.
Yes, you should.
What time? How many times have you played this one now?
What, No Man's?
Yeah.
I've got it on the PlayStation with the PC. I don't know. A
He
couple
probably
times.
put 2.5 hours in it and moved on because a new game come out the next week.
Next week. It's like
The
the
next
next
week.
hour. New game came out.
A new game had already come out that he bought. He just hadn't played yet.
I've got a few that I need to install and play.
All right, well, it's time for our mid-show break. So let's take a
Yeah,
break.
pee.
I think
Break
we
it.
lost our audience whenever the power went out, but we'll be back in a few.
The Kmart Sports.
Get ready for the CBS Kmart Get Ready giveaway and get ready for Uncle Buck. Kevin Meaney's the bachelor father of the 90s, and he's got his hands full with 2 precocious kids, a rambunctious teenager, and 1 angry grandmother. He may be crude and crass, but he's family. Get ready for Uncle Buck, Mondays on CBS. Your place to watch, match, and win with the CBS Kmart Get Ready giveaway. Look for details here at Kmart.
Even Martha Stewart, our entertainment and lifestyle consultant, looks for ways to cut down on her time in the kitchen. And now, thanks to some of our Presto products, she's found them. The Presto Salad Shooter slices, shreds, and grates all kinds of foods in almost no time. So it's great for making everything from salads to pizza to dessert. And for making all sorts of fried foods, there's nothing better than the Presto Fry Daddy. Presto products. Take a little time to pick one up today and save a lot of time later.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
only valid deck I'll probably
So,
have.
so you want me to play with just the old
Mics are on.
specific decks
Okay.
I kept?
Well, they're probably out of date as far as.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be like a vintage style game. I don't have standard cards.
And and your decks would suck for vintage. That's the thing.
Nah, vintage stays powerful.
I mean, so you're saying you have a vintage deck, not an old, like not a standard deck that would now be considered vintage because
No.
I got you.
I got a couple. I got a couple commander decks.
That's
I got
what
a
that's what I
couple
mainly play.
decks that were standard back when I was playing. I
Yeah.
kept them just because
They were
that
good
one
decks.
deck was worth.
Was he here when you said that your shop's closing down?
No. My game shop's closing.
Yeah.
It's already closed.
Sucks.
Yeah.
It's already closed,
Damn.
but they've got the building in the end of the month, so
It's
we're still
very
playing
depressing.
D&D and shit up there.
That was quick. That sucks.
A year. Lasted a year.
Was it only? It was only open for a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought that's just when you started going up there.
No. I went like the first week it was open.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's not long at all.
No, it was open for a year. Yep. Nope. It's hard to have a physical game shop, dude.
It is.
No, I believe it.
And then like when we're up there playing D&D and there's like nothing in there. There's like one table that we're all sitting around and all the shit's gone off the shelves and everything.
Half the
Like-
shelves are being torn apart.
Yeah, all these new people keep coming in. It's like, where's the game store?
Yeah.
And we're like,
now.
you fucking missed it. And I'm like, oh, where were you last month? Yeah, so I'm gonna miss that Mexican restaurant next door. That was where
You
I
can
ate
still
dinner
go.
I was gonna say you still
not the
drive by it
same.
every day.
Not the same. Not the same.
Still the same.
We would go there, we would eat, and then we'd go next door and play D&D.
Just bring that shit back home and play D&D here.
Talk to the guy about buying into the business.
There you go.
No.
Be a
Open
half
up a
hour.
card shop.
He had a partner who lives in West Virginia that I went to high school with too. We all went to high school together. And that guy
random?
Well, he handles all the online shit. And then he ran the storefront.
Okay.
And it got all fucked up and anyway, he's happy to be out because he's out with no debt. And the other guy acquired all the debt and the leftover product. He's just wasted a year of time and effort. So
It still sucks.
Yeah.
it does. So we're playing here on Thursdays from now on. So if either one of you want to get in that Thursday game next time we start up, let me know.
Ooh.
You'll have to be a regular.
I'm off on Thursdays.
Have to be a regular.
What time's your game start? Because I can't get over here at 1:30 when you get off of
No,
work.
we start at 6.
Yeah, it's usually at 6.
Yeah, we start at 6
And how long you play for?
till 8 to 8:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're like
that's-
wherever a wrap point up is between 8
A
and
couple hours is
8:30.
that's decent. It's doable.
But we like after we finish this one, you guys when you want to join me, let me know.
Just let me know when when it's gonna wrap up.
We're getting pretty close. I think he's getting tired of fucking with me. I spent the entire fucking session the other night arguing with random town guards that he had to play.
So it's just
Yeah.
I was just
it's just
arguing.
you on a
Sounds
weekend.
like a thing you would
yeah,
do.
that's just Jason on a weekend. Yep.
You know, I was thinking about coming out on Thursdays, Ryan, and after that last like 5 sentences we just said, I just realized
No.
I should think this through before.
Hang
This
on.
is,
To be fair, this
warranted.
was payback for something. I can't really get into it, but like,
We'll find out Thursdays, Bruce.
no, he's a DM who's like, you didn't say you zipped your pants up, so your pants are still unzipped. He's like one of these guys, and he's always doing that to me. So like, I was like playing that same pedantic roll back at him just to annoy him that night because it was fun, and he was arguing back because he got stuck in that loop where like I'm arguing and this is stupid, but I don't know how to get out of it. All right, welcome back to Out for Delivery. I'm this week's host, After Lunch Jason.
Did we just restart the show?
Yep.
Welcome back.
Marathon show coming up.
October 13th.
If you want to come join us, Get in touch with me
Do you have a
quickly.
rough idea how many people we got coming?
No, not off the top of my head. Looking at possibly 2 brand new shows debuting that day.
Any hints?
Yes.
Conspiracy and D&D.
Nice.
Not the same D&D show. This will be a solo D&D show with somebody.
One shot.
No,
Not a
Not
one
even
shot.
playing.
not playing.
It's from a
History
Perspective.
and
Oh.
rules of D&D.
Okay.
Like, it'll be... Some episodes are about the rules and how to handle this and that.
Okay.
And then some episodes will be about the history of... So on and so forth. Support us. Subscribe on Twitch, especially if you're an Amazon Prime member. You can give us free money by
Yep, doesn't cost you
subscribing
anything.
to the channel on Twitch every other month. Go to the website, see the things, do the things.
Click the things.
Also click the things. Read the things.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the thing.
Listen.
I don't think there's anything out there to watch.
And if you want to give
There's
the
us.
things, you can give some things.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Are we doing some kind of donation?
Wait, what was that noise?
It's the noise that goes after your earlier noise.
Based time lengthening thing
Yes.
for the marathon show?
Yes, those numbers have yet to be decided.
Okay.
But yes,
We should start discussing that.
Yeah.
well, I will.
What did
If
we do
there's
last
ever
year?
a day where all of us are here at the same time.
Was it PayPal, Patreon thing last year? Is that what it
PayPal,
was?
Patreon, yeah. Then we had goals. Got
Yeah.
increasingly harder to meet.
That made us be on air for
It's a
longer
fairly
and
long
longer.
day. It was, what, 8 hours?
No, it was longer than that.
Was it?
I think we went to 8 o'clock, didn't we?
Well, there's spots of that
8
day that were
hours for
blacked
you.
out, so
He remembers about
I
8
remember
hours.
about 8 hours of the show.
I think we did
Ryan
9
was
hours
conscious
last
for
week.
8 hours.
We
That's
did
pretty
9
good for me.
hours. It'll be 11 to 6,
Okay.
regardless.
Yeah.
If we hit goals, we go another hour.
And that's that Sunday, the 13th, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. So there's that.
Looking forward to it.
And now we are back, and it's somebody else's turn to talk about something.
I had a little fun incident with a coworker of mine the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Was the coworker a dog?
No. She's not a dog.
So she's good looking then.
No. Well, I mean, she looked like
So
she
she's not
used to be
good-looking.
good looking.
So she's old.
Yes.
She's old and ugly is what you're saying.
She's not ugly. She's just older.
Did she ever run a Badger game in Kansas City?
Never asked her that question.
You should. Go on.
Anyway, I had did her route the day before. She was off. And in our line of work, we get these things called every doors. Every door, you know.
Yeah.
And they
Box holders.
looked like shit. They weren't good looking. Like they didn't look like something that we normally would deliver.
Like Chinese menus.
Kind of like that. So the next day when she comes back, she's hauling in a bunch of stuff.
Oh, she brought them back.
She pulled every fucking single one of them out
What?
because she thought that somebody went around and just put all that shit in there. And she goes, some dummy put all these in these boxes.
I can
And
see
I said,
that.
I was that dummy. What are you doing?
God.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
So
I can see that though.
I know, but I had never heard of them doing that. Anybody doing that before?
Oh, I have.
But these things, like, it didn't look like something that we would.
Yeah, like it like for a lawn service or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Sometimes you'll see
Yeah,
those, and
yeah.
it's basically a flyer.
Yeah. But it was bought and paid for. I mean, I had to bust all the bundles and everything and do it. But it was funny watching her face kind of realize, like, fuck. And she's been in the business for 30 years, so.
Yeah, but I can see you doing that.
sometimes they don't say anything
Yeah.
except for like maybe 2 words, literally, and then there'll be a tiny square
Yeah,
in
the
the top
top, right,
corner of the
yeah.
card that
I've seen them without
says
the
it's
square.
okay.
The Chinese menus never have that.
Well, these weren't squares. These were, like, this fucking big. So she brought a lot of these back.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know what she did the next day.
Yeah.
The whole time cursing him.
How hard did your boss laugh?
He didn't find out about it. We didn't tell him.
I would have told him.
Why?
So he could laugh too.
That's gonna be real embarrassing if a customer saw it 3 days before,
Yeah.
and then she's putting them back in there, and they're like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
I swear I just saw these in here.
Is she fucking with us?
did we
I
have
guess they
more
really
of
want you to eat that
these?
Chinese restaurant.
Did you take that out yesterday and put it back in again today?"
I mean, they don't have addresses on them, so.
Yeah, she has no idea.
Yeah.
That sucks. You see what I don't understand about your profession is why some of you guys choose to be on a different route every day. I feel like 90%.
None of us choose to be on a different route every day. There's swing people that.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Because,
if
well, I mean,
you're-
you get
if-
paid $1 extra.
Oh, you do.
You get paid $1 more to do that T6 or swing or whatever it is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there is a pay. My position that I have, the relief carrier, it doesn't come with the bump. And I get to pick which routes I want if they're open. But it was just a way for me to get into a better station closer to home. Because I get stuck on some shitty routes, but all those routes over there are mostly mounted anyway, so not really a bad one.
It's just like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I would never really 100% know the route.
But don't you get... Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
do
like,
that
you would know it better.
Every
but
Tuesday for the last year, you're going to learn names and people. And
I feel like that's too much information, though, because you're doing that 5 days a week.
It's always gonna feel like a secondary route
Yeah.
in your head. It's not gonna be your route.
I mean, I see
you're not gonna watch
I see what you mean.
detail like you would your own.
But also, you're not worrying about keeping up with the route, like time and length, which doesn't affect you all. But with us, not burning your route up, or
I mean, I get
getting
that.
inspected all the time to either add or take away.
Yeah, I get that. It's just, I don't know.
And you're not. It's not monotonous. You're not on the same route every day. That gets old with people. Some people like the variety.
I mean, it gets old with me, too, but I would much prefer to be on my route every day than on a different route every day.
I would rather be on my route because I don't want to follow somebody else who did my route the day before.
Or
that
too.
can be a problem because I don't. It
Because I'm
pisses me off how other people
100% sure
carry-
they're not going to
carry.
do it as well as I
Yeah,
would have.
I'm right there with you. That part is bad, especially in my position, because there are some real shit carriers, and you come back and you have to fucking clean up their mess, and they won't.
I wouldn't do that. That's the only thing
I can't. I can't not do it because
I would
then
add
then
to
it looks
it.
like I'm doing it to the next guy.
No. I would add to it and be like, yeah, that fucking dude's a piece of shit, man. Can you believe that's all this?
And then the other guy's going to be like, why didn't you take
Yeah, why didn't you
any
just
of
do
it?
it yesterday?
Oh, I did some of it. Yeah, that's. I mean, I can only take so much. Jesus.
But yeah, that's the pay increase and the variety is why I would do it. I would be a swing guy again.
I wouldn't. No way in hell. If they open that position up for us, no way in hell I would do that.
What if it was overtime? What if your route was 5 days a week, and then a sixth day you could work a different route for overtime, and it was the same route every week, and it was a route you knew?
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
I
I'll
might
just
do
work
that.
my route on the 6th day.
No, that's not an option.
Speaking of overtime, I did some.
Well, in your ideal perfect scenario here.
That's literally their scenario. It's not an ideal scenario,
That's
and
a
it's
good
not
point,
perfect.
yeah.
Like I average 120 hours a quarter of overtime. That's like 480 hours a year. I think that boils down to 60 extra days of 8-hour days.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
2080 is how many hours are in a year if you work 40 hours a week. So 480 is a quarter of that.
Yeah,
So you work basically 3 months a year
extra.
more than
Yeah,
40 hours a week.
it's like yeah.
Which is why he can buy 3D printers for literally no purpose. Like, he's buying it with the intention of not even doing anything
But
with
at
it.
what cost?
No, I plan on using it, just not for a specific.
Yeah, but
reason.
he asked how, and you couldn't even name one way except for maybe a 2-piece deck for your cards. A deck box, I mean.
Well, I mean, honestly, I plan on turning the basement into like a little workshop for my wife, so she can have her side business and what her
And the
regular
elves
business.
got it, yeah.
Yeah, the elves. But it's cool shit. I can't just buy cool shit.
No,
You
you
can.
can. I just want you to say the
With
only
all the
reason
money
I'm
you make,
buying
you
it-
That's
absolutely
how I led.
can.
That's how I led with it. But that
Matter of
wasn't a
fact,
good enough reason for you.
There's a lot of cool shit I want to buy that I can't
You
because
said-
I'm not working 480 extra hours a year.
You said I want an exact reason why you're buying this, and I said, well, to make
no,
cool
and
shit.
you said, what are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
You said, I don't know.
Can you imagine all the different types of boxes?
And then
you
the
can make,
second
Jason?
time, you said, whatever
all
I
the
want.
secret compartments you could put in boxes.
What if I made you a
He
magnet?
can't,
What if I
though,
built
is
you a
my
magnet?
point. Like, the type of person that a 3D printer
You have to have some like
is
design
for
capabilities.
is not, yeah.
Yeah, I mean you have
Well,
to.
my wife does that. She knows how to design
like
shit.
I'm talking about like AutoCAD style design
I'll learn.
capabilities. I took a couple AutoCAD classes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something you can watch a YouTube video on usually.
Well,
Although maybe it's
Even though
shit's
with-
changed. Maybe it's a whole lot easier than what AutoCAD.
There are a lot of YouTube videos
hey,
out there now.
if Billy the
There's
Pupper can do
also,
it, I can fucking do it.
But what does he make with it?
plans
Cup
out there
holders. I don't
already.
know. Like
He
I can
makes
make
cup holders.
I can make something for my truck if I
There's-
wanted.
There's a bunch of plans you can download
Yeah.
plans online just to do, and you can alter them just slightly.
I'm glad you're on my side, even if it's slight. If it, even if it's very
No,
little.
look. There was something that I wanted to get my brother for Christmas, and when I researched it, I couldn't because the only reason it existed because of those stupid 3D printers.
Mm.
So send him the plans.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's why you're talking him into it.
That's exactly what she's talking
And then
about.
have him
I
take
need
the
it.
plans to Ryan's wife and say, "Will you make this for me? Here's some money."
Yeah, I need that. That's an amazing gift for him, and I need it.
Okay.
Let me know when you get it.
No, fuck you.
I'd like to play with it. I'll buy my own plastic.
The filament, yeah.
I'd like to play with it.
I'm about to just go out and get a 3D doodler pen and tell him, here, draw something with it. You can
Oh,
have
there you
some
go.
3D.
Let's start you with the basic 3D printer, which is the 3D doodler pen.
Yeah.
I don't know what's more offensive, the fact that you don't think I have the ability to learn how to use this device.
It's not that you don't have the ability. It's
Go
that,
on.
It's that you're
Yeah, take yourself. Somebody give him a bigger shovel.
it's that you're 30 and you work
Five.
a whole third of a year more than a normal person, and you have every brand new video game known to man. I don't think you're going to
And
be
a new
spending
kid.
and a new kid. I don't think you're going to be spending your off time learning all of the ins and outs of engineering.
Well, especially if I don't have it, then I won't. But if I have it, then maybe I'll force myself to learn this stuff.
And you're getting into Magic.
Not kidding. I've been into Magic,
Like, I'm just
He's
saying.
been in.
the card
like,
game, not the mysticism.
If you're just going to
This,
down, if
this
you're
is
just,
why he sold
That's
his
next
pops.
year.
Yeah, that's next year.
That's also why he has an extra 20 grand to drop on a 3D printer.
I think he's
because he
missing.
sold his
Actually,
pops.
I haven't touched any of that money. I told my wife, you sell all these pops, you can keep that money. I just wanted them
Really?
kind of out of my house. Yeah.
Damn.
I think he's missing them, and that's why he wants the 3D printers. He's just gonna like download bootleg plans for pop figures.
If
and
I
print 'em
walked
out.
in here with a fucking hairy Funko Pop to give you that's
The
Jason, you would
exact
be
same
you would love it.
That would be cool as shit. but
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
I feel like
design
you would
it.
I
have to
can't.
have an actual $20,000 3D printer to make a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. That would be cool as shit though.
It would. I'd be printing like little rubber band guns and
Fuck
shit.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Have you
what I
looked
would
at
do
some of the
with
shit that you can make with a 3D printer?
it. No.
You should. It's right up your alley.
What do you mean? Like, what am I gonna do with
Just
it?
the weird dumb shit that you could make with it.
Can you make a laser?
Yes.
You can make that
No, you
thing.
can't.
I don't know.
I mean, I understand you can make that thing. That thing's still gonna have to be painted,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be made out of that soft plastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When
you're
you
gonna
lose a
have to-
toe and I have to make you a prosthetic, you're gonna come,
And you're gonna have to download the design because I know I can't draw this, much less 3D draw
God,
this.
no.
Okay, well that's why
Yeah,
you have
and-
other
and
people
you'd
that
have
are
to
more
pay
talented
money
for
for
you.
the design too.
You download the shit that you need.
Which will probably be the same price as that bobble figure in the store.
Honestly, I feel like the real money in 3D printing is for the people who can do the designs.
Yes.
Okay.
Can your wife do the design?
Yes.
Because they could.
She can.
Yes.
Okay,
well,
then
then
we're
you're
good.
good.
Get a
That's
3D
what I don't
printer.
understand.
didn't you say that an hour ago?
She has a degree in design. Like she knows how to use
Well,
this
yeah,
shit.
but design and 3D printing are two different things. Like one's like more engineering based, then that looks good. Like there's
I mean-
an X and Y axis and
Yeah.
math, and
I know, and she's
it's like a CNC machine, like the old metal cutters back in the. Well, I guess they still exist, but you know.
I'm not dropping a $4,000 on a car. I'm
If
buying
you're-
$300 or
If
$400
you're saying
on
your
a.
wife can use it,
Yeah.
then I'm on board. I understand it.
Okay.
She'll let you play with it when she's not using it. Okay,
Exactly.
fine. It's not a waste of money anymore.
Well, it's probably still a waste of money, but
Maybe.
But
But I have much more faith in her being able to accomplish
So
something
do I.
than you.
we're on agreement there.
She's the one with the pop figure money. Have her buy them.
Look at that.
Yeah, but that stuff always looks so cheap and crappy.
I don't.
Well, imagine the Yoda
Can you
painted
make
green.
it without holes?
Yeah. But
Well,
then that
probably, but then it would
loses
be a
its function as a pencil holder.
Okay. Can you make it with just like 5 holes on top?
Probably.
Why does it need 79 holes?
Now imagine something Firefly for Amy like this for her desk at work. How much she would love it.
Okay. Can you design that?
It's a bunch of scribbles.
Can
on
you
the
design-
strip
There
of
might be a
Firefly.
design for it already. All you have to do is download
How much does
it.
that cost?
Isn't
Doesn't
that
cost
the
anything.
design? Like, isn't that what these places are selling? Pinterest?
yeah.
All of these on Pinterest, they're selling the design. Click on one of those, Jazz. Let's see how much the designs are. They're probably not
Pinterest
that
sells
much.
stuff?
Yeah.
It has links like when you
Oh.
click it.
It goes to people's
takes
pages and
actual
stuff,
websites.
yeah.
It's like
Didn't
Etsy,
know that.
but basically you make it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to open your own Etsy page?
My wife is, yeah.
She probably
Oh.
would.
That's why she's getting a Cricut. And then I
Also,
was
what
like,
is that
well,
thing
I
below
would like
the
to get a
cube?
3D
'Cause
printer.
That looks kind of cool.
On the bottom left. That's probably another pencil holder. I don't know.
Probably.
Tell you what, we're going to corner
Basically,
the pencil
Jason-
holder market.
They're gonna be making some really nice pencil holders.
And cup holders.
Gonna
Be
be
cool
like
as shit.
a big fucking oak top desk with just pencil holders.
Fuck
That
yes.
skull you see
All made
is
out
on
of cheap
Etsy.
plastic.
You know,
that
I
break
feel
if
like
you push them.
if he continues down this path, I feel like I'll see him at the big flea market next quarter when it comes back to town with his own booth.
And I'll
He'll
sell
have
your
one of the big booths too.
I'll sell your son a Trump Funko Pop.
3D printing
He's not allowed to buy
Funko
Funko
pencil
Pops.
holders.
It's not
They're
going to be
immoral.
labeled Funko Pop. I can't label it that.
Why
I'm
don't
sorry,
you just make
Jazz. I did
bobbleheads?
not
Why don't you
realize
just
it
make
was going to
bobbleheads
be so
like
much
this?
work.
This is a
Don't worry about it.
Funko. This is what they should still be making.
Okay.
That's Funko.
I don't disagree
They
with you.
should make normal looking things, not the cute
that's cool.
big.
That's cool
ugly
as shit.
Yeah, that's
I
cool
thought
looking.
that was pretty cool.
I mean,
I don't
it's-
know what I would do with that. It would sit on a shelf, and
Exactly.
you'd have to paint it.
Have you all not
somehow.
met me?
I would-
I
Otherwise,
collect random
it would
useless
look
shit
like-
because I think it's cool.
Raw plastic.
I would buy it just so I could
But
paint it.
but like how I'm curious how much a design like that would it be $1?
Dude, I can totally make you miniatures.
$20.
You can make custom miniatures.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but you're
Like
gonna have to
legitimate.
You're gonna have to get the plans.
That's easy. That's online. You just grab.
I feel like most people aren't designing them for free.
There's communities out there.
There's probably enough demand for that there's either crappy free ones or cheap decent ones.
And at the,
Maybe.
and you know, until you've learned the ins and outs of it, you
All right.
do with what you can.
I need a
Or like
1,000
bridges
There's
or-
also
that's
software.
why you're buying the 3D printer and he's gonna have you print
There's
the things.
3D printer design software.
Yeah.
Okay, I need 1,000 skeletons, zombies, and ghouls for
25 cents each.
for a campaign. Okay.
Life size.
No. D&D figures.
Yeah, 25 cents each.
For a
That's
campaign.
normally they're $5 for fucking a pack
I
of
don't know,
those.
how much is that? That's still $250. That's
Yeah.
too much.
1,000 is a lot. Do you really need 1,000?
Well, I want them all
How
painted
about
different.
That's our
How
whole
about we just make 100 and
Our
then
whole
pretend each
session-
of them is 10 things?
our whole session is him just putting one fucking skeleton up at a time for 2.5 hours.
No, I want a bunch of them painted different so it looks like an actual horde.
You could just get one big one with like a bunch on it.
What?
You've got a horde of miniatures in your bedroom already. I've
They're
seen
not
them.
all- they're not all
Jazz
undead.
has painted most of
They're
them.
not all undead.
There's an army up there.
There's
A
like
miniature army.
there's probably like 15 undead. I need a bunch.
Put some more. I want him convinced. Put some more shit up
No,
there.
come on. 3D printers move on. I can hear Starla in Michigan right now. 3D fucking printers. Second time they brought it up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking to get into in the very near future.
I think you should probably stick to the Cricut machine. Let her handle this.
She's
3D
gonna get the
printer.
Cricut machine. It's both
You
for
can-
her,
you
but I'm
can
gonna play with the 3D
you can play
printer
with
too.
the Cricut machine. Let's not have you break the 3D printer. Let's just take the 3D work to her.
If I'm gonna drop 500 on it, I'm not gonna just fuck around with it. I'm gonna learn how to use the damn thing.
I don't think you will.
Not right away.
Damn.
Prove me wrong.
I know. It's very low opinion of me.
I have a feeling we're doing reverse
Weird
psychology
thing to be
here,
like,
so
I don't
Jason
think
can
you're
get
gonna
what he
do
wants.
that. Like, I don't know you that
Take your
well, but I
headphones
don't
off. I want
think-
to talk to Bruce. I want him to learn.
You realize that I just said that?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Literally said the words, he's doing reverse psychology so he can have what he wants with this 3D printer.
Well, his reverse psychology could come with a little less criticism. I'm feeling pretty attacked right now.
Oh, I've been
Does it
going
help?
light on you. You don't know what my dad would do. My dad bought my sister a piano one time, and he went somewhere to get it. God knows where. He rented a fucking truck, a fucking actual piano.
Okay, that's
Like-
a good dad
like a
getting a
stand-up
piano.
Full size.
Yeah, full size piano. You've seen it. It's the
No,
one that's
one of
in
those
the-
Yeah.
Charlie Brown ones, the tiny.
It was
You
a
can
miniature
get like
that
a
was 3D printed.
3/4 size piano.
No, this
like
is-
people buy those
Yeah.
quite often, especially people who live in houses.
full size one. So it's out here in the truck. He had paid a couple guys to load it in the truck. He brings it home, and he spent 24 hours, like from the time he got home to the next day when it was almost time to take the truck back, telling me what a pussy I was, and there's no way I could hold my end of that fucking piano. And I was like 15. I think my back hurts to this day because he made me so fucking mad. I lifted half of the fucking 600-pound piano to get it the fuck in the house.
Okay.
No fucking wheels. 24 hours, dude. You're such a fucking pussy. There's no way you can lift that.
Yeah, but you're
I'm gonna have to pay somebody.
only any guy's dad has the power to do
True.
that.
True.
I'm just saying, he went at me hard, and I lifted up. That's probably the most weight I've ever lifted, like upstairs and shit.
You were 15.
Like
I look at you now.
I was trying to pin him to the wall with the motherfucker. I was trying to embarrass him with that
Your blood
motherfucker.
pressure
by
was
the
through the
time-
roof that day.
I think I broke fucking tendons that day that still hurt me to this day. Anyway. So you're going to get a 3D printer, Cricut machine. Screen printing press. Why not?
Whatever my wife
That's
needs.
really expensive. Those are
You can get them used for $700-800.
really.
Yeah.
You
Like,
could
I'm
get
going to start her
a
out with the
non-
Cricut, the $150, $200 Cricut or whatever. Let her start her Etsy shop. You know, get the 3D printer for $300 or $400, and then if she wants something more expensive, yeah, I'll gladly pay for it.
Cricut has presses
Gladly.
for T-shirts and stuff now.
Yeah.
They've got it.
Do they like peel off? Are they like the old 80s iron-ons?
No, they're not supposed
Well,
to.
some
Be
of
like the
'em-
iron-ons.
Some of them you can iron
Unless
on.
you
Yeah.
get the vinyl that says iron on.
Blech.
But there's also little like $50-$60 screen printing kits.
Well, see,
I used to sell them.
Oh.
I got to do this now because my wife got a new job where she's working second shift and shouldn't have access to all the free giant equipment anymore that she was using previously. That they didn't mind her using as long
Is
as
she
she
making
just
more
paid for
money?
the. Yeah,
That sucks, man. Your wife's working second shift. You work first shift.
yeah, I know it's gonna be rough until 6 months or so until she can get on first shift. But
You even know who she is anymore?
yeah,
Are
we've
you
met.
guys
We've met once or twice.
just 2 shifts passing in the night now?
Well, I mean, I don't go to bed until 1 or 2 in the morning. Stop it.
That's so bad.
What am I gonna do,
So
man?
bad.
Like, I'm out of content.
Well, this is my mom here. When my wife told her she got a new job at second shift, the first words out of my mom's mouth were, "Please don't cheat on my son," because we
Wow.
yeah,
That's
Damn.
harsh.
because we be in opposite shifts and we wouldn't see each other until the
Look,
weekend.
I know you're a whore, and this is all the push you need.
I know my dad.
the
My
fuck?
did in the background.
a joke?
You could hear him say, "What the fuck?" And
Yeah,
Oh,
wasn't
it wasn't a joke.
It wasn't a joke.
it wasn't a joke.
What did she say?
Well, she
All right, since
No,
you asked-
Mom. You don't tell me what to do anymore.
Yeah.
Since
So-
you ask, I guess. All right.
But I mean, she works from 4 to 12:30. I don't go to bed usually until 1 or 1:30. So
So as soon as she
Is
walks
this
in, you're like,
some
going to
kind of
bed.
Design job?
kind of, it's not as creative as she's used to, where she gets to design everything. But she's
I'm
gonna
just
go
trying
in
to figure
and
out
still.
why a job like that would be second shift if it wasn't necessary, because that's weird hours for a job.
It is.
Or do they
Can
run
you-
so much
can
shit
you
on so
give me
little
a hint?
equipment?
They run a bunch of shit.
So there's multiple shifts.
yeah.
There's not the hardware to
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, she still has the weekends off, and I've got to take over, the kid duty a lot more. So,
Oh, poor guy.
well, I mean,
It's not babysitting if it's your kid, Bo.
it's not. Yeah, that's good. But I mean, I work 10, 11 hours every day anyway, so I don't know. That's my life coming up the next 6 months is work and playing video games at midnight until she gets home, and then waking up and doing it all over again.
She's not working out here, is she? At the big place?
No.
Down the road?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you.
All right.
I mean, it's not that important, but the important part was the second shift.
That's better than third. What now? Third shift would be better.
No, because she can still pick up kids from school, or she's not sleeping through it. And
Well, no, she could come home, go to bed, and wake up at the time you get home to have your dinner on the table.
she used to have a second shift job when we first started dating. I heard that
When is she gonna have time for the 3D printing, Jason?
Yeah.
in the morning where she has no kids and no responsibility.
Damn. I hope she doesn't listen to this.
She does.
You're fucked.
Well, I was fucked when Jason goes, "You're a whore," into the microphone.
Hope Ryan's mom
Okay, let me
doesn't listen to this
clarify. I
show.
don't think she's a whore. I'm saying that's definitely what your mom was implying. Like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with Ron's mom? I was poking at your mom, not her.
Okay.
Like, that's all she needs is I'm on second shift now, so I guess I'm gonna cheat. Like that. Like that's all. Like that's just gonna push her over the edge. Like, what's your mom opinion of her? Apparently, is
It's not
weird.
of her. It's of my previous marriage. That's what had happened. We were on opposite shifts.
She's afraid Ryan's gonna be hurt, and she doesn't want that again.
You sound that's the word for verbatim.
She probably said that like I just said it to you, but to him.
Yeah.
I don't think I would, unless it was a shit ton of money.
Which,
I
I
don't.
mean, she's a mom. That's
I
what
think
moms do.
It's a few extra dollars on the hour.
Embarrass themselves for their kids.
I think I would try really hard not to be on opposite shifts, even if it meant less money. That's just me.
How much an hour?
It's a few extra dollars an hour.
Does she work an extra 480 hours of? Because I'm just saying $3 times 1.5 times 480. That's a lot of money.
But
I mean, she can get on first shift in a few months. I'm
yeah,
sure it'll be fine.
and I mean, she has a good chance to make a lot more money at this job than all her other jobs. So it's a good move. It's just for the short term, it's gonna suck.
And I mean, her and her boyfriend will have plenty of money after the pop sale. So
Yeah, I mean, as long as they don't
Yeah,
buy more
he's-
pops, I'll be fine.
He's going
Yeah,
with
but
it.
when Ryan leaves, he's taking that 3D printer.
I am taking that 3D printer.
Cricut machine is hers, but the
Jason's
3D
put
printer
too much time
is
into me
his.
to get this fucking printer.
you remember that shitty movie?
She would be like, "You don't even want the 3D printer," and he'd be like, "It's for Jason."
You remember that shitty movie Rockstar? When the dude
Yes.
quits the band and he rips the scarves off them. These are my scarves. That's gonna be it. This is my 3D printer. This is my spool of plastic.
So, fuck.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Anyway.
No, you have to apologize. It's just what it is.
I pictured the scene from The Jerk. Ryan would be like, "I don't need you. I don't need this house. I just need this 3D printing machine and
this
this
spool of
board
plastic.
game."
Fuck
It was
yeah.
Ryan. It was
And
State
Slam.
Farm. Calm down. Yeah, sure. State Farm.
At 3 a.m.
No, really. I work second shift. This is when I get shit. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, what was she wearing? Well, she was a he.
In khakis.
No, I can totally see him now. He's going to wind up back at community college and follow the Shirley storyline from Community. He's going to start
Oh,
a sandwich
gosh.
shop in the community college.
I'd eat there. Ryan looks like he could make a good sandwich.
I've
don't
been
know.
raised on Wendy's, man.
It's just going to be a fucking like.
I still
fake
remember
Wendy's.
this. I still remember the recipe.
It's going to be called Shirley's.
It's gonna be a maple, pumpkin, vanilla, spice.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it'll just be a fake Wendy's. It'll be called Shirley's with a black lady with pigtails, and
Every item on the menu sounds like a Yankee candle.
it'll be the Dumple with cheese. And
I could come make some drinks there and be a barista for him.
there you go.
To be fair, at my work, everyone wants me to keep making new drinks and send them in now. The drinks I keep making for everyone to taste, they want me to send them into corporate.
There's
I
a
saw
bug on
that.
that flag.
I see that.
I think it's the same
That's fun.
one. I've seen it 3 times
We
today.
had to stop for
Apparently.
bug on the flag.
I was just warning Bruce because last time he saw Spider, he fucking knocked a hole in the roof.
That is true.
It came
Anyway.
at me.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm just giving you shit. But your mom needs to calm her fucking attitude down.
That was a little. I love my mom. She's
Like, how did her and your
hilarious.
wife
but that
get
was
along?
They're great. Like
Oh,
I said,
really?
my mom's not a bad person. She just opens her mouth and puts her fucking foot in it
Look.
every now and then.
I love you like a daughter, but if you hurt him, I'll rip your tits off.
I mean, that sounds like something a
Oh,
mom
I
would
thought
say.
I thought you were doing her talking to Ryan.
No, her
I
talking
love
to
you like Ryan, like a daughter.
I will fucking murder you.
I mean, that's just basic parenting.
Control your whore ass.
That's not basic parenting, but
No, saying please don't cheat on my son just because you went to second shift is not basic parenting.
no, I didn't say she was rational. I just said, you know,
That's little faith. That's tiny. That's a tiny, tiny amount of faith.
that's how like shitty my last relationship was. That it was fucked.
What? She can't differentiate between the
No.
two? They look the same or something?
No, they don't. But
Because in her mind, it's not the woman,
It's all
Ryan.
women. Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, she thinks it's your problem.
I mean, I didn't mean it that way.
yeah, that came off way worse than you thought it was.
I didn't mean you were
So who wants
causing
the
it to
bigger shovel
happen.
now?
Dude, I love he's
I just meant in her mind, it's something about the way that you are that attracts that woman.
This show
And
wasn't
I
going-
don't think that's what it is.
this
So
show
here's
wasn't
a bigger
going great
shovel.
till this started, and now he's like a pat of butter on an iron skillet.
We just keep needing bigger and bigger shovels here
I don't
for
know
that
where that
side of the
metaphor
table.
is going.
To cancel my therapy appointment this week.
It's just that sliding around and be like, oh fuck.
I'm on a hot plate. My ass is on fire. I keep getting.
You could make more
Roasted.
progress with Jason in one session than you could with that guy in a year.
Yeah.
You never know.
What?
You will
Go lay
uncover
down on the
truths.
couch.
Therapist.
You will
Therapy.
uncover truths
Oh no, I
that
can
you
help you with that.
did not want to see.
Yeah.
Just make sure Little Rick doesn't surprise you and come in while your eyes are closed and you're laying on the futon.
No.
I'd let them massage me. I'm not against it.
He'd probably test some things on you.
What? When did we?
I thought Jason was against being massaged.
Massage?
He is.
I
On the
don't know.
marathon
Is
show,
that
he
what your
showed it, though.
therapist does to you, Ryan? Because that's not what
Only the
therapists
last 5 minutes.
are supposed to do.
Is this therapy session come
How
with a
did we
happy
go from
ending?
therapy
It's
to
like
massages?
it's like a joint thing. You know, got like taco taxes and shit.
Not
This is like
physical therapy,
this is like
Ryan.
massage
It's a different
therapy.
thing.
It's called massage therapy. That's what they told me.
Hang on. I've seen taco taxes. Does taco taxes give you actual tacos while they do your taxes?
Yes.
Holy fuck! I had no idea.
You
I
just
thought it
blew
was
his
just
mind.
racist as fuck. I thought it was a tax place for Mexicans. I had no idea they gave you actual tacos. I know where I'm going next year. Fuck.
You thought they made a tax place for Mexicans and then
Yeah,
called
I
it
know.
taco taxes?
Yes. I literally saw it. It was like, that is
So it's a
racist
white
as
owner
fuck.
then,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in your mind. Okay.
Yeah. I pictured him in like a white suit, like Big Daddy from Django.
Did you ever actually go in there to see?
No, I just
who
saw
was
this
in
sign
there?
from the road. And I was like, that's fucked up. I figured it was the tax place for all of those Mexican restaurants in town that are owned by the same.
Yeah.
I figured that's just where they all
It's
went.
so Taco Bell and all the local.
No. Those
Taco
Everybody knows
chains
Yum
over there.
owns Taco Bell.
yeah, they got lawyers doing their taxes. But they give you actual.
They probably don't even pay taxes. Shit.
Are they tacos they make there?
Yeah. They have a little like skillet and everything.
They have a
fry it
steam
up.
bar?
Yeah. They get it all.
How do you know this?
I guess I'm just fucking with you. I don't know. Anything you're suggesting, they're gonna have. Just
Do they have an
feeding,
ice cream
feeding
bar
this.
to go after the tacos? Yeah. All the toppings. Make your own sundae.
Sure.
Ryan has no idea what you're even talking about.
This place has sounded better and better to me the more he talks.
Do they have seasonal offerings? Do they have maple tacos?
Yeah, why wouldn't they? I mean, it's.
Oh fuck! You got me.
I think you broke him.
For a minute in my life, I thought there was an actual place.
I haven't set foot in that place at all.
It made tacos, and I believed it.
You walk in with all your tax papers and you hand them the folder and they hand you some tacos. Have a seat, sir.
He was gonna go in and hold out
Enjoy
his hand after
this
he gave him the
authentic
papers.
Mexican
Like,
In my head,
while
like,
we prepare your taxes.
When I was getting to the end of my like what I could think of description, Jason kept throwing these
You kept
lifelines
giving you
out.
ideas and you were
that-
like, yeah, they have that.
Like, do they have a bar where that? Yeah, this sounds good to me too. Sure.
All they serve is tequila.
You took it just a little too far.
I know. I had to end the bit a little bit.
I would have left here believing that
You would've
place-
gone there.
I know.
That place had fucking tacos.
He'd go in with his papers, and be like, "Where's my taco? No, I was told y'all have.
Where the fuck's
Where's
the
the
tacos?
tacos?"
I'm a fucking dummy. I believe that 100 fucking percent. Oh fuck. You're an asshole.
No, that's retribution, dick.
I don't think you
that is
understand.
fair.
I believe
you've
there
been
was a
shit talking
place.
his wife and his mom for the last 20 minutes.
I had to hit what you love, food.
No, mostly his mom. His
There you
wife.
go, Jace.
His wife had no part in it.
It's the place.
Like, you are aware there's a place in town called Taco Taxes.
Yes.
Like, that's a real name.
I did not know
I've
that.
I've
That's a
seen that
real
place.
thing.
Yeah, it's over by me.
I just figured it was this
I always tell my
in the
wife too. I
town
do want to
kinda
go in there and
thing.
see if this is legit or not. I never have.
specifically his.
Maybe you're supposed to go in with the taco.
That's how you pay for your services. You bring them food.
Tacos.
Tacos, sir. Here's my papers. Enjoy your tacos while you
The
do
better
this.
the tacos are, the more you get back.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Good
Fuck, I'm gonna
lord.
eat tacos for dinner today. Sounds good.
Somebody needs to go in that place now because I have
I
to
have
know
to now. I have to walk in and be like, why the fuck is this place
why is it called tacos.
called? If I walk in there, there's a full steam bar with taco meat and all the fucking.
they don't even do taxes there.
I'm just gonna
They
lay
just
down.
thought it was a cool word that started with a T.
It sounded fun.
It was supposed to be Taco Ticos,
and they got
but
sued.
they spelled it wrong. Now it's Taco Taxes.
The
That was
sign
that was the
was up.
closest word they knew to Ticos.
Wait,
So
wait.
I was already
it
on this.
just
Said, fuck it.
autocorrect?
We'll roll with it.
It was just autocorrect when they filled out all the forms.
Oh fuck. You're an asshole. Anyway, so tell your mom to calm down. and
I have multiple times
She
over
should
my
come
years.
on the marathon show.
She should.
You
she
think?
should.
Can we get her out here?
Probably.
Can we get around, especially with the past
Who
master?
like?
Oh, I know. I know. They
what
can't be
would
in the same slot together.
What would it take for her
Oh, they will
to
be.
want to come out here? Like what person or
If it's a
whatever
Shit Talk
would
Me,
have
she'll
to
do it
be
for free.
here?
She never listened to the show. That's all we do.
You yelled at her last time.
Do you have?
And
Is she
I
on
had her listen to the
Facebook?
show.
How can I contact her?
Through me.
I'll just send Chris. Chris is in with her, isn't he?
Probably.
Past
I don't
master.
know. Maybe. Yeah,
He's
probably.
probably got
thought-
her
I
number.
thought they
Just
were
doesn't
a
want Fred
thing.
to know about it.
Yeah, no, we got to get her in here.
I thought you were going to do a show with the significant others. Why don't you bring moms and stuff on at one point?
How fucking awesome would just an hour of his mom shit talking to him be?
I'm on.
It'd be the greatest hour
do
of
it.
radio
Sounds
ever
like Thanksgiving.
ever
What are
made.
you talking about?
He's like, I go.
And she
through it
goes to
every
my
Sunday
sporting
night.
events and boos me. I'm not lying about that.
I believe it. I believe it.
Like, I'll play volleyball and I'll fuck up and she'll go, boo! And then my son, or not my son, my brother's on the same team and all I hear is, yay!
How many siblings do you have? Just the one?
That-
Yeah, me and my brother.
That hits close to home, dude. Like, I know what you're saying.
No, I love my mom to death. She's hilarious. I get my
Yeah.
personality from
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
But we always, like, I'll fire back too. Me and her make fun of each other all the time.
Yeah, I need her. I need her in here. Marathon show. Just you and her in a
That would
room.
be really good.
2 close-up cameras.
We need at least one other
screen.
person to kind of.
Well, that would be Chris trying to sneak in
Just
the door and just
poke.
say things and get told to go out, and then he'll try
That's
sneaking
who it
back
should
in
be.
again.
It should be Chris and her and Ryan.
Can you
That
talk-
sounds like a
Chris-
nightmare I've had.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chris would go too hard on you. That we can't do that.
Can you talk to her and make this happen?
I'll see what she wants to do.
I need this to happen.
Maybe like a Cyrano de Bergerac thing where it's just him and his mom in the room, but then she's got an earpiece and Chris is outside the door telling her what to say.
Yeah, it's the way. Yeah, it's the way we'll go.
Well, if I do that, what are you guys bringing to the table?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't you get your fucking dad in here?
My dad wouldn't come in here. My dad would turn this table over as soon as he walked in. What the fuck is this pussy shit?
What's a podcast?
The fuck?
He's just going to bring tacos.
So you're in here playing pretend radio? You're a 40-year-old man, Jason.
Oh, I was wrong about you and your mom. That would be a much better hour.
Yes, it would.
I don't think you could get better content than just his dad
Have
shitting
to
on
follow
him.
it up.
You remember that time you planted that fucking Monte Carlo into the fucking tree because you're a fucking idiot?
Did you really believe there was tacos at this tax place?
Hey, Jason, this guy told me you thought there were tacos here.
The fuck's the matter with you?
Get out there and lift that piano again.
And pick
Pick
those
up some
sticks.
sticks.
When I was in high school, when I was a junior in high school, the day before, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, a buddy of mine shot himself in the head, like
Yeah.
on accident.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
That killed the mood.
Thanksgiving, my dad made me go out and split wood, and I wasn't working fast enough when he came outside. He said, "What the fuck you
I
doing?"
remember this story.
And I said, I'm just kind of bummed out because my buddy shot himself in the head. He's like, "What the fuck would you do if you were like alive during war? All your friends would be dead. Chop the fucking wood." Walk back inside. That was my fucking therapy.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
I bet you chopped that fucking wood, though, didn't
I
you?
was thankful as fuck.
Right?
Yeah, I did.
Thanks, Dad.
Got it done.
You know, I watch a lot of true crime shows and podcasts. It's amazing you turned out the way you did.
You don't know what he does in his off
That's
time.
true. I only see him here, and I text him every now and then, but
What are you trying to say?
Bruce,
That
you weren't supposed to
I
tell
mean,
that
you don't have
secret.
like a secret basement or some fucking
I didn't
panic
tell
room that's got
anything.
No.
hooks hanging up on the ceiling and shit,
I
do
don't
you?
know.
Have you
There's
ever
a
been in
couple-
his basement?
There's a couple
I've been in the
places
garage.
I've
Is
been
that
told
his
there's
basement?
secret doors that I'm not allowed in.
What?
I've been told there's secret rooms that I have never
Okay.
seen.
What rooms
There's a
haven't
whole-
you seen in the
The
fucking
one
house?
in the garage.
Why are you talking about that on the podcast? Now the
Yeah,
cops
yeah.
know about it.
You have a
Fucking-
room in your garage?
You asked.
No, there's a
It's underneath his car. That has never been moved.
It's a trap
Yeah.
door.
It's a trap door.
no. There's
3,000 square feet hollowed out down there.
There's a trap door at the very end of the garage, and there's like a room there. It's like an attic.
Told
kinda
I keep
space.
being
Made
told
that
this.
shit up. I did not know there was a trap door there.
Yeah. You
I
pull it
keep being
down
told there's a cabin somewhere on the
That's where
property,
all
but
his
no
other
one will ever
guns
take
are.
me
He's
there.
been to
so
the
I don't
cabin,
think it
so fuck
exists
off. He's
either.
seen the cabin in the garage.
You've never been to the cabin?
Everyone keeps telling me there's a cabin.
Oh.
I've been here almost 5 years and
Why
no one
don't
will
you
take
go?
me. Because you won't take
He
me.
doesn't know how to get there.
Walk to it. It's there. You can see it in the winter.
I don't know how to get there.
Walk to it. You can see it. Walk
I
to
need
it.
you to take me.
Why do I have to go?
There are wolves.
Because I've designated you the person to take me.
Fuck off with that. Bleh.
It's your fucking cabin.
I'm not an outside kid.
We need to go
You
like
can be
one
an
weekend
outside
and
kid
go out
for
there
me.
shooting and shit.
You're supposed
Then
to
you can show
teach
her the
me how to
cabin.
shoot, by the way.
I've been telling him for 4 years you'd do it.
He hasn't been really on to me about wanting to do it.
That's true.
I got a new revolver BB gun I can bring out.
Nice.
CO2 powered.
If
From
we
Half
go,
Size.
There,
if we
there
go
will be
over
plenty
there,
of squirrels on the way.
Yeah,
if
start
we
me off
go
with
over
BB guns.
there to go shooting, we're shooting the big stuff.
Okay.
Like we're not shooting BB guns.
I wasn't talking over there. I was talking about just right now.
Oh. I'm just saying, we're taking the M1 carbine and the shotguns and
Sweet.
45s and
This is why you gotta take me to the
40s.
cabin.
Did you ever set up that nutsack squirrel thing you bought?
yeah, we shot it a bunch of
Shot it
times.
a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, worked out great.
Cool.
Until it got broke.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you're firing bullets at it, so it's gonna break.
Yeah, it worked out great.
It's okay. I got another target too. The spinny one. We haven't broke that yet.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Is it metal?
It's not for bullets, it's for BB guns.
Yeah.
Shooting that with a bullet would be a bad fucking plan.
It'd spin really fast though.
It would. It also might bounce back.
Catches it and throws it.
You might not see it spinning by the time
Holds
that
the
bounce
bullet,
back.
spins it around 3 times, and then fires it back at you.
That's your 3 seconds to run or duck.
I want to live in a world where you can eat tacos while getting your taxes done.
You just gave somebody
Hey,
an idea.
We don't know.
That
They
place
might
is
do
gonna
that.
exist by the time tax season comes around next year.
I mean, you'd have to have 2 different licenses. You'd have to have a tax license and a food license.
It's not impossible.
There's nobody would do that. People only get their taxes prepared once a year. Who's gonna make a restaurant that?
Well, it's not a
Somebody's
restaurant.
only gonna
It's
visit
maybe more of an
once.
incentive. Hey, come to.
It's like when
Taco
the strip
taxes.
club has lunch.
Free buffet on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So Tuesday's the day I don't want to go. Got it.
You know, don't you want to eat a chicken wing while looking at a strange woman snatch?
Honestly, I don't want to
do
do
that at
either of
home.
those things. I think I'm good.
Look at a strange woman snatch or eat a chicken wing.
Either one.
Compare the two. This one's got blue cheese. That one's.
Blue waffle.
Yeah.
Why,
Nope.
Why'd you kill the mood like that? Anyway,
To be fair, you kind of killed it first when you said, "Yeah, my buddy shot himself in the head."
well, it happened. I mean, that was a story about my dad. We were talking about my dad.
I know.
Like they think there's a possibility of him coming in here and sitting down behind a microphone.
What would
No.
be the.
There's something he would do it for.
No,
No.
His
probably
grandson?
Not.
no.
No.
No, that's the wrong tree.
Wrong. Yeah. Shaking that wrong.
We need a different motivation.
No. I mean, you've met him what? Probably 25 times, 30 times.
Yeah.
Has he said more words to you than times you've met him?
I think he has said like one word to me once. Maybe. I might be just delusional.
Was it a
on that.
word or was it a grunt?
Probably more of a grunt.
He still calls her that girl.
Yeah. That was last year that I got to be that girl.
I mean, I just stopped calling her that girl like 6 months ago.
You know.
True. So who would you
It
rather have in here for an hour? Brian and his dad? You and your dad? Or me and my mom?
You and your mom.
I
Brian's
feel like,
dad wouldn't put up with this shit either.
yeah.
No, if they would like agree to it. If they actually came in here and
I feel like Brian
talk
and
shit.
his dad would team up against
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah,
I don't.
that
I
would
don't.
happen.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not talking about as far as attacking their own children. I mean just as far as entertainment value goes.
That would be your mom attacking her son.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
and
you.
your mom.
You
Because
can just record that if you want.
your mom would buy into it a little bit. She gets it.
We do. Can you do that also,
Could
please?
probably, yeah.
Your mom gets it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian's
like
dad,
I said, she's
my dad wouldn't get it.
my personality is basically what
The
she
fact
is.
this existed would anger them both.
But see,
Good.
I think that's why that would be funnier.
They would just
Like
get
they wouldn't even
more
they would
aggressively
just-
mad at
They
themselves
would
for doing this
ignore
shit.
this aspect of it and just focus on their kid and not
problem
worry about
is-
if they're speaking at the right volume.
The problem
or,
is they would just leave.
Do you think
Oh,
Brian's
well.
dad's proud of him being a
that's
toilet
what I'm
man now?
saying. We'd have to.
I don't know.
Pay him or something.
Do you think that would
$100
piss
for
him
an
off?
hour with your dad. What do you think? He'd do it?
My dad for money?
$100.
No, my dad doesn't care about money.
Fuck.
My dad's got plenty of money.
I don't know.
What does he care about that
There's
he wants?
got to be
What's his
something he
vice?
wants.
I don't know.
Everything. He doesn't have any because he's done them all.
That's true.
He
Has gotten all of the vices out of his system. He is close to attaining nirvana. Like he should become a Buddhist.
I think your
because
dad
all
might-
of that is now pushed out of his head.
He's
he
got-
is one with the world.
He's about to
there's
reach
nothing
immortality.
that he
We gotta
wants.
stop this guy.
He's gotten off more drugs than you've ever done.
Yeah, probably.
Just saying. No, I don't know. Nah.
Can we like Looney Tunes trick him in here somehow? Like, not
Like
my
dad's approaching like 70. He's like 68, 69 now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he could still kick my ass. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure he could kick my ass now at my prime. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a time until he has a stroke where I would be able to defend myself against the man.
Well, you're not going to be fighting him. We don't want you
Well,
to fight
we're
him.
not sure.
If they're in the same room,
We're not sure about that.
That's,
yet.
yeah, that's not
Put a table
clear.
between them.
That's not clear.
We've already established he'd flip a table.
Because the thing is, I don't take a shit anymore. Because I reached a level in my life where I was like, you know what? I
You
don't have to.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't like that.
At what point did you reach that?
Probably about 35.
35.
It took a while before I would, because it stopped affecting me in my early 20s.
Yeah.
But then I would still listen to it and be like, okay. Yeah. Okay. And then the time it hit, it was something to do with Avery. And he was telling me I was doing wrong. And I said, you're not going to fucking give fatherly advice, dude.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that's fucking happening here.
Yeah.
I'm right, you're wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong. Fuck off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the point where I stopped taking it. And now he tries shit and it just doesn't work out for him and he leaves.
Well, that would not be entertaining at all. All right, Ryan's mom it is.
Oh, shit.
And plus, like, he would just be angry at this whole thing. Like, this is fucking stupid. What the fuck you doing this for?
It's the future, man.
What does he do?
I don't know.
I mean, he hasn't worked in a while,
No,
right?
he hasn't worked in probably 20 years. He drives nice cars. I don't know.
I'm sure he's got money buried somewhere. I don't.
Like,
Is that what's under this
not
hill?
figuratively.
No,
Like,
no,
seriously.
like actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I just meant like what does he? Is there a thing in the world that he enjoys?
I'm waiting.
Have
for
you
the
ever seen him be
Adderall.
happy about something?
On drugs or off drugs?
He enjoys
Well, either, what,
doing
really?
Adderall.
No. He
I
never
mean,
did Adderall.
Who doesn't? But
He went straight to meth.
that's not what.
He's not a pussy.
What's this diet shit? Give me a real Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring on that diabetes.
The only thing I can honestly say is there was two things that I saw him enjoy throughout my life, like really solidly enjoy, and that was drag racing
Yeah.
and fucking pinball machines. That's the only two things I can think of. And,
Yeah,
and he
more
doesn't
from your
enjoy.
father than I realized.
He doesn't enjoy fucking pinball machines anymore. And
I can see that.
I don't think he likes racing cars anymore. That I know of. I mean, fuck it, for all I know, he could be like fucking down at the drag strip every night. I don't fucking
You
know.
did say he had nice cars.
Well, he's got nice cars, not fast cars.
Yeah, that's so that you don't think he's drag racing at night with the other car.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, yeah, he would street race. He would fucking go to the drag strip. He would whatever. Yeah.
Next week we'll get into Bruce's family history.
He won't tell you
It's.
anything.
I mean, I'll tell you, it's just boring. There's nothing exciting or funny there.
We're just like plain white people,
It's a Catholic family, dude.
like
what-
NPR and
Well,
church.
I was a Catholic family.
My mom's probably pretty similar to your mom.
Yeah, probably.
Like, you also got to remember, like, my dad didn't have a dad. Like, my dad's dad.
That makes a
dad
difference.
died when he was like 6,
Yeah.
and he like fought with his stepdad, and moved in with his grandma by like the age of 8, and he like fucking.
You want to get into some family history? I'm not gonna do it on air. I'll talk to you off there about my wife's.
I mean,
That's a fun one.
I don't know.
No, we don't want to do that. We just want to get you and your mom in here.
Yeah,
for an
we
hour.
need your mom in here on the marathon show.
I'll talk to her. We'll swing by Taco Texas.
What is
Come out.
what is she like,
some
Ryan? What can we
investigation.
do for her that would
I honestly, just the idea of shit talking me and get
spend
out
time
here.
with you? She's like, wait, you mean I can do that on a microphone
Yeah,
and
people will hear
thousands of
it, yeah.
people will hear it?
Wait a minute, you're asking me to do this? Like, it's okay that I do this? Yeah, okay, yeah. All right.
Are you sure, son? Because I've got some really good material here that I haven't used that I've been saving for a while.
I don't know what else she can tell you that I already haven't told you. I told you I shit my pants in a Blockbuster. How much fucking further down can I go?
That's true.
Well, I don't want to see you humiliated. I just want to laugh when she makes fun of you.
Yeah, I
I don't
just wanted to
like.
tear
I don't want you to
pieces.
cry.
I mean, if you need that,
But if a tear happens,
I'm probably grilling out sometime soon. You can come over and sit in on that.
I feel like it would be much sadder in that scenario, though. Like, this is for the purpose of comedy.
No, I usually fire back too.
No, here's what we need to do is just set up his grill patio area with a bunch of Waze cams and just stream it from the time she gets there to the time she leaves. All right. Well, we're going to shut it down unless somebody else has anything to bring before this part. What are you turning your headphones off?
My ears are hot.
We're closing.
Okay.
Another minute.
Do I need to listen to you close? I can hear you just fine.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Same time, same channel.
Bet.
Stuff.
Bet.
Bet.
You broke him.
Bring us tacos and your taxes.
Yeah, I got to check out this Taco Texas place because now I got to know. I just thought it was racist. Then there was a possibility of tacos. Now I'm unsure.
We need to at least confirm the ethnicity of the owner.
I don't think he's gonna be there. If he's like the white suit wearing racist,
Can you just get his last name? Because that's all I need.
I'll do some business license research. All right, so we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
Hit it.